Good morning, guys. It's Chris from DaxTrader.co.uk. It's December the 1st, 2017. First day of the new month, winding down for the rest of the year, and we've already had a decent reaction this morning, so congratulations to anybody who caught that. We've completed the premium webinar, and we went through a number of different things today, and so I'll try and do a summary of what we discussed for you guys. The links for the article and other bits and pieces will be in the description below, so please check those out. And you can contact me on Telegram using the @DaxTrader handle, and just download Telegram. It's free and easy to download. All right, so the chart in front of us here is a 60-minute DAX chart, and we looked at a couple of lines. It's pretty messy. I'll talk you through my thought process on that in just a second. Before we do so, trading financial markets is risky. It involves the risk of losing all of our invested money. And the information we're providing here at DaxTrader is for educational purposes only. No investment advice is provided. If you decide to enter a trade on the back of any webinars or any information given here, then please do so entirely at your own risk. Okay. So before this happened this morning, we were discussing this particular kind of move here, and price action had been starting to create some higher lows. Wasn't really going anywhere to the upside. Buyers weren't making any significant progress and failed to take out 13,212. Now we've got this bearish fork here that's been drawn, and it was drawn from this A, B, and C point here. Don't know how valid the fork is. However, if you looked at it, you'd think to yourself, okay, well, that was an opportunity to short right up there on the C point of the fork. But as you'll notice, price bounced on the push line and reacted at the upper median line parallel, which would have provided traders a very, very strong opportunity to get short to come down towards the median line of this fork. Now, that would have been quite aggressive, targeting around about 8 to 1. So if you're risking 1% on that trade, you've just added 8% to your bank if it hits. And that would be on a significant break along that. So, you know, the trade would start to really pick up traction once it breaks that push line. And lo and behold, off it went. So congratulations to those who took that. I know some of the channel were targeting that particular move, and yeah, fantastic trade, really, really good stuff. So very, very pleased for you. So we talked through a number of things in the webinar this morning. We talked through reading the story, which I'll just go through and talk again because I've already mapped it out now, and it was this here. And we were talking about a number of different things. So if we went all the way back to the beginning, we talked through how would have been there. You start marking out your charts with the lines. And so, for example, let me get my tool. That area would have been interesting. This area itself would have also been very interesting because it would have acted as a balance point. As you started to see this form here, you draw your balance point tool through the middle of this area here, and price is often going to go and extend 100% of that like it did there. So again, very, very interesting. And as price started to break through this zone and complete its move, you can often find that price goes on to complete an extension of that, which is 100% of the same break higher. So again, you can mark out that little zone there. Didn't quite reach the 100% target on this particular event. We looked at pulling a fork. Now, originally we started with a regular pitchfork up here, and we were looking for price action to respond. We spotted that this area would have been the potential entry to go short, as it was the test of the upper median line parallel. You put your stop above the high, and you look for price to go down to reach a median line. In this particular event, it didn't do that. It moved sideways instead, continued to trail it down and move along the top of the fork. So as it starts to kind of break outside of frequency, you can change the fork type. In this particular case, we moved it to a shift fork, which started to capture frequency really, really well. And then you can start to trade that fork. So there's a switch back of the median line, which is very interesting because it comes down to, actually takes a second bite, tag the lower median line parallel here. So that could have been an opportunity to take a bounce, to go long. That would have been the test of it right there where the arrow is. Put your stop underneath the low, get in long there. You could either take profit at the median line, or you could go up to the upper median line parallel there. You then maybe would look at taking, and that looks like a zigzag as well. You then would maybe take a short here if it gets a second test. In this particular time, it didn't. but it comes back down to the lower median line parallel. So one more time, you could go and take a long there. That's the test right there where the arrow is. And again, one more time up to the upper median line parallel, and then it starts to break out above, and it gets a little bit choppy and moves sideways. But you'll notice how things are very, very interesting when you do a bar-by-bar read, and a lot of charting platforms will give you the opportunity to do that. We recommend that all traders practice that skill because price action tells a lot of story, and it's often a very, very interesting one. You don't need indicators to be able to do that. So as for DAX, we pretty much had the move this morning. We are at the minor swings here. We've been trapped inside a range for a little while, and we've been looking for price to break out of either the 905 level or the 212 level. Now we broke below 905, so we're kind of clutching at straws a little bit by saying to ourselves, well, actually, it's the 857 that needs to be broken to confirm that this potential new upswing is still in play. But yeah, we're in a definite war at the moment. The sellers have definitely won this battle, so we're going to continue to watch price action. If this does work out to be an initial action area, then you've got a center line under this. You've got an action point down here, and if you get an opposite and equal reaction on the other side, then you can imagine that a bounce could take us up towards the 200 zone, which would be a very, very nice trade indeed. So we'd be looking for something like a little bait of the area before moving higher, and then you could perhaps look at taking a long from there. Around about 5 to 1, risking 1% on that trade would make a nice gain to the account. But you've missed the short already. It's happened. So if you wanted to take another one, you probably want to wait for a pullback to that kind of area. All right, we also looked at FTSE, and on FTSE there's an interesting shorting opportunity which exists based on, just trying to remember my thought process here. If this is the current fork that's in play at the moment, as we've broken this low, so the swings are still in play to the downside, excuse me, then this lower high is the key area to stay below. And if we go down and take a look at the 4-minute chart, the micro swings, if you like, they're still in play quite nicely. Lower high, lower low, lower high, sorry, other way around. Lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high. So if you were to park a stop loss above this, if you get a pullback towards this kind of mini swap zone in here, stop loss there, entry there, and you would go to target the lower median line parallel, which would be down here. So around about 5 to 1 move, and it looks interesting. All right, that's pretty much a summary of what we discussed. We went through a lot of different charts and ideas and setups, but hopefully that brings you up to speed. I also talked about how towards the second half of December, I'm probably going to be a lot less active in terms of trading because I'm going to be taking some time off to spend time with friends and family. You should probably do the same. The market becomes incredibly thin at that time in December, so there's just no point in trading. The DAX is thin enough at the best of times. You don't need to be trading volatile conditions on a liquidity drain. So yeah, have a great trading day. Congratulations for taking a short if you did. We'll be back again tomorrow with another video. Have a great trading day. Take care.